Hello guys, I just got done watching a video. It's called New NRA Jim Porter President called Civil War Northern Aggression. The video, I find, is an absolute closed-minded view of what the Confederacy was. Basically, in the process of roughly about a minute and 50 seconds, which is about when the video actually seems to end, he basically says that, the president would love to go back to the olden days of slaves and all that back in the 1860s when the Confederacy had slaves. And I find this to be an absolute insult to what it is, because it's a complete and utter lie. Of course, with the Union apparently winning the war, you kind of have that idea that, hey, the Confederacy was about slaves. But, in the 1850s, there were at least two states buried in the archives. Buried, it's deep, apparently. But two states, at least, that I know of in the 1850s, keep that in mind, in 1859, I believe, in 1859, one of the states, slave states, mind you, basically said that they were ending slavery. And two southern states are ending slavery, and they have basically the entire South would have had no slaves by 1870. 1870. No slaves in the South. This completely goes against everything that people would have you believe is the Confederacy. The Confederacy must be a racist, hateful organization. But let's keep in mind that after the War of Northern Aggression, which ended in they say it's 1865, because the military surrendered. Okay? The military surrendered, so the war must be over. No, it's not. Okay? The government also has to surrender in every war. If one of those two things doesn't happen, the war doesn't end. The military surrendered. That's great, and that's fine. But the government also has to surrender. And did it? No. The Confederate government went into hiding. They fled. But they never surrendered. So, to this day, the only thing we need would have to be a military. And once we have the military, if any Southern politician wants to take up the presidency of the new Confederate Army, guess what? Confederacy is back. Okay? Now, after the War of Northern Aggression that they would have you believe ended in 1865, you have the formation of the KKK. The KKK would never have existed had the war never fucking happened. And let's keep in mind that if the South never seceded and didn't expand west, there wouldn't have been an issue at all. You see, Abraham Lincoln had an issue with spreading out. As long as it remained where it was, he didn't care. Just keep it where it is, and we'd be fine. Spread out, and we have an issue. The reason for the war is, in fact, the fact that they seceded. It's as simple as that. There's fucking clear-cut answer. They seceded. They left. That's the war right there. That is the reason. That is the thing that got the war going. The South left. The South left. You can't be any more cut and dry. It is that simple. The South left. Most of the money that propped up the government was from the South. If the South isn't in the government anymore, then the money that you're getting to prop up the federal government isn't there. And so the economy flatlines. Because the South seceded from the Union, the economy would have flatlined. The South couldn't allow that. Of course. But the Constitution, I believe it's the 10th Amendment, says that you can. Of course, the Union would say it's not, and it's unconstitutional. But it's not. It is, in fact, constitutional. You are lawfully able to secede from the Union. Basically, they would have you believe, let me give you an example. Say you join a gym, and you've been a member for a week, okay? And then some dude that's been in there a lot longer than you says that because you've joined the gym, you can't leave. You join the gym, and so you can't unjoin the gym. You are now forced to be with this particular gym. Even if you no longer like the people that go to the gym, you've joined the gym, now you have to stay in the gym. That was the Union mentality. That was the entire idea right there in a nutshell. Because the South joined, they could not unjoin, which is unconstitutional. Because when this nation was founded, it was put clear as fucking day that if the government became tyrannical, you could leave. Of course, the South, being the thing that kept the economy going once it left, the North would have flatlined. The war was not about slaves. At all. The thing that got the war going was they left. Simple as that. If people knew the amount of brutality that the Union unleashed, people would be fucking sickened. They would probably demand secession. They would probably be like, I don't want to be American anymore. So let me tell you a little bit about what actually happened. See, we all know that the Union unleashed hell on the South. You can look at this in pictures of the aftermath. But pictures only give you a glimpse. The Union raped, sexually assaulted women, and then most likely killed them afterwards. They killed children. They killed civilians. People who were simply minding their own business got killed. The animals got killed. They bombed the towns and the cities. People had to eat each other to live. Abraham Lincoln is praised as one of the greatest presidents that this nation has ever produced. And if you compare the amount of death to someone like Adolf Hitler, they're not really that different. Adolf Hitler, if compared to today, would have killed about 3 to 4 million Americans. I believe he killed like 1% of the population of America. Adolf Hitler killed 6 million people. Abraham Lincoln would have killed 3 to 4 million in today's population. Is he really that great? Because after the war, the formation of the KKK, it's debatable. It's really debatable. If the war never happened, the KKK would never have existed. But also, if the war never happened, the civil rights movement probably would never have succeeded. So you have to take it for what it is. 600,000 Americans die and a formation of a racist organization, but also possibly helped the civil rights movement. Yeah, it's kind of a give and takes thing, you know. But take it what it is.